Welcome back, Cordeline, to the final episode of Runaway, a road adventure.
I think the first thing I'll do is go see Sushi. I've got to speak with someone I can trust about all of this. Hi, Sushi.
Hi, Brian. How's it going? Did you find anything out?
Actually, I did, but I'm not sure whether I'm too happy about it.
Why's that? What happened?
Everything Gina told me to wrap me up in this mess has turned out to be a pack of lies.
Seriously? Tell all.
Look, do you remember about Gina's father?
Yeah, the poor girl saw them murder him in cold blood right before her very eyes.
Well, forget about the murder. The old guy is living peacefully, breeding sheep in Marion Bridge, Utah.
What?
And that's when Gina told me the truth. She can't return to New York because she wouldn't last 2 days. She plans to have me help her find the money that Johnny stole so she can start a new life. I don't know what to do. I'm not interested in the money, but I don't want to leave Gina high and dry either. Besides, my life isn't worth much more than Gina's at this point.
Well, when I look at it, that money has no owner at this point. It'd be better for Gina to keep it and start that new life than to have it end up in the hands of those awful Sandretti mob guys. As for the bank the money was stolen from, I'm sure it got an insurance payoff years ago, so nobody will lose out.
I don't know. Ever since I left New York, I feel like I've lost control of my life. I'm like a puppet with someone else pulling my strings. They decide what I can and can't do. Sort of like in those computer games. You know what I mean?
Computer adventures? Yeah, I love them. Cheer up, Brian. You know you can count on me for help.
Thanks, Sushi. You're wonderful. Anyway, I gotta try and find Johnny's old trailer. We know it's around here somewhere. And I'm sure I'll find clues in it leading me to the money.
An old trailer? I don't remember seeing one, but the truth is that I don't leave Douglasville except to go into the city for provisions. Maybe Rutger or Saturn know something.
Yeah, I'll go talk to them. See you around, Sushi.
Okay, see you soon.
Hey, Rutger.
Hey, how was that yummy cocktail I made for you?
Great, it worked fine.
I tripped
But
balls.
I assure you, I don't plan on trying it again.
Well, whatever.
Hey, do you remember seeing a trailer around somewhere during your plant gathering expeditions?
A trailer? No, I don't remember seeing any trailer, man.
Well,
I'll just
you're
go on my
useless.
see ya.
See ya.
Actually, I forgot Saturn's upstairs. Maybe he knows something. Still got his funky
Hello,
hat.
Saturn. How's it going with the idea blasting helmet?
Hello, BB. The helmet is excellent. Amazing. The only problem is the Great Desequa,
The what?
the statue I had hanging on the crane. It's disappeared. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would
Oh,
you?
hell no.
Me? No, not a clue. So odd, don't you think?
Yeah? Well, I hope it's just one of Rutger's little practical jokes. Though he assured me he knows nothing.
Don't worry. I'm sure it'll turn up.
I hope so.
Hey, when you found out looking for raw materials, did you happen to see a trailer?
I think I recall seeing an old trailer one time. Yes, but it didn't seem like anyone lived in it. It looked abandoned.
And where was that, Saturn? Don't you remember? It's really important.
Well, let me think. That must have been 7 or 8 months ago. And at that time, I was involved in a project for which I needed a large quantity of clay. So I was in search of argillaceous zones. By the way, have I mentioned a simply amazing work? The construction of an exact replica of the city of Florence in the second half of the 14th century. Splendor of Florence. It's one of my greatest works. You see, I was trying to capture the spirit that...
Listen, Saturn, that's interesting and all, but I'm in kind of a hurry. I'll drop by later so you can fill me in on your great work, but please just tell me where you saw that trailer for now.
All right, I shall. It was on the other side of Painted Canyon Gulch, to the south of Douglasville, about 1 hour away from here.
Okay, I hope I can find it.
You should really reflect on your life, BB. You always seem to be searching for something you don't have.
We'll
Mind
discuss
your own
that later,
fucking
Saturn.
business, Saturn.
Ciao.
I have everything. I got Gina and her tatas. What else to life is there? That's right, nothing.
Okay, let's see if I'm able to find that trailer.
It's all about the tatas. Nagetta. Nagetta tatas.
Ha!
Is that a fucking hairy tree?
No
Like
doubt
a fir
about it.
tree?
That's gotta be the one. Okay, let's see what I find around here.
That's a F-U-R tree, not an F-I-R tree. Get it? So funny. It's a trailer! We must be in Florida!
Sure. By using it as a lever, I might get that door open. It worked! I'm in. Let's see what I find inside. Ugh, what a stench!
Holy
Wait,
shit, it's definitely in Florida.
I'd better move fast and get out of here as soon as possible. It's just filled with old clothes. Don't see anything tasty. Just some leftovers and a couple of empty bottles. It's as big of a mess as the rest of this disgusting trailer.
Place is a dump.
How weird. This looks like a nun's habit. No. Why would I want to take that? Plus, I'm very...
Because it's in the title of the chapter, you dingle fuck.
Okay, I'll just rummage through these papers. This looks interesting. It's an advertisement for a bank. That may be where the money is.
By the way, I need to save. It's been a minute.
Sushi!
Hey, Brian. Anything newsy?
I found Johnny's trailer.
How cool. And did you find any clues leading to the money?
Yeah, I found a brochure for a maximum security bank in the trailer. I'd appreciate it a lot if you could investigate it on the internet and find out about the bank.
Sure, that's a cinch. I'm going to finish a little job I'm wrapped up in, and then I'll get right to it. Leave the brochure on the desk, please.
Okay, thanks, Sushi.
No problem. I'll report back later.
So we gotta leave and come back. So Sushi can report back to us.
Brian, come on up, fast. I've got some really juicy news.
I'm coming.
What else you got that's juicy, Sushi? Maybe some loosey-poosey.
So, what did you find out?
First of all, I investigated what type of bank the brochure you found is for. It's not any conventional bank. The customers rent safety deposit boxes to keep their stuff in. Money, jewelry, antiques, whatever. They don't have to give any explanation at all of what's deposited inside. And I assure you, the place is a veritable fortress. I need not say that there has never been a robbery or even an attempted robbery.
Then, do you think Johnny put the money there?
Well, it's a possibility. This type of bank charges its customers a fortune, and in turn they pay astronomical taxes to the government in exchange for certain immunity. I mean, the police have no access to listed customers or the items on deposit. That undoubtedly makes it a pretty safe place to stash money. Using my amazing skills, I broke into the bank's database, but I didn't see the name Johnny anywhere on the list of customers. That doesn't surprise me. If Johnny wanted to hide the money there, I'm sure he was more concerned about throwing the Sandrettis off than the police. But what really gave me a big clue was the security system used at the Mojave Bank. When customers rent a safety deposit box, they receive no key or magnetic card whatsoever. Nothing. What they do is perform a fingerprint analysis. And when customers want to access the box, they just place their index finger on a scanner for the computer to identify their fingerprint. And then they're let in. You catch my drift?
Yeah, you're thinking of the bottle of formaldehyde I found in the sacred crypt.
There you go. Then I researched the police databases, and I entered Johnny's full name, John Tawangyama. I verified that he showed up dead in a New York alley 2 days ago. I kept following the lead of his last name, which obviously isn't very common, and I found an interesting bit of info. 4 years back, a woman's corpse floated up in the Green Gila River. When they checked her identity, she turned out to be Sister Juana Buenadicha of the Santa Clara Mission in California. She'd been strangled and thrown into the river.
Oh, snap!
No way! How was she connected to all this?
Juana Buenadicha is the name she took when she entered the order. That woman was an Indian, though, and her real name was Mary Tawangyama.
Was she related to Johnny?
It was his twin sister. Guess what was missing from the body when they found it?
I bet it was her right index finger.
Bingo! And whose name do you think the safety deposit box at the Mojave Bank was rented to for 10 years?
Sister Juana Benedicha?
Exactly. It all fits together now. Johnny made his sister rent the safety deposit box at the Mojave Bank and put all the money there. I don't think he planned on killing her in the beginning, but by the end, he was afraid she would betray him while he was in prison. That scoundrel preferred not to risk it, so he strangled his own sister, cut her finger off, and tossed the body into the river. I guess he thought it wouldn't be hard to disguise himself as a nun and use his sister's finger to take out the money when the time came. Hiding the finger in the sacred Hopi crypt seems a bit unlikely, but I think he was running out of time by then, and he needed a safe place to keep the finger for all of the years he was going to be locked up in jail. He knew about the crypt, and it seemed like a good solution. I suppose that what he never counted on was that the Sandrettis would get suspicious and go after him the minute he was released from prison.
Good work, Sushi. I'm amazed.
Thanks. Well, I don't think there's anything to stop you from taking the money using the plan Johnny already cooked up. Just to be on the safe side, it would be better for Gina to dress up as Juana Buenadicha. She can put on a nun outfit and use the finger. I don't think she'll have any trouble taking out the cash. These banks are famous for not asking lots of questions.
Sushi, it's only fair for you to get some of the money. You've definitely...
Sushi don't want no money, she barters.
I don't really need it.
No, Brian. You know, I don't like to talk about this, but I've actually got a lot of my own money already. I inherited a truckload and won't be able to spend it all if I live 1,000 years. I'm not interested in money, probably because I've never needed it. That's just me. Don't think twice, Brian. Have Gina get the money and start a new life. You just have to get a nun costume, and that shouldn't be a problem.
Wait, now I remember. When I was in Johnny's trailer, I saw a nun's habit on a hanger.
How evil. I'm sure it was his sister's habit. Well, all the better. Go get that habit and you're ready. But don't leave without saying goodbye.
Of course not, Sushi. Before picking up Gina to leave, I'll come by and say farewell. See ya.
See you, Brian.
If Sushi's got so much money, how come she still got a 386? She needs to upgrade to a Pentium class. I saw a turbo button. 5 1/4, 3.5 drive on that piece of shit. Need to get with the times. And I know you ain't getting internet out here, bitch. Don't even try lying. Getting like 1 byte per second upload. Fuck that, getting 1 bit per second. 1/8 of a byte.
Okay, but it gives me the creeps to take it. Look at that poor woman killed by her own scoundrel of a brother. I think we're in luck. The habit is just Gina's size. Okay, all set. Now for the money. Hey, I hear the sound of an engine in the distance.
Uh-oh.
The car's approaching. It might be dangerous. I'd better hide just in case.
No, stand out in the open. Whip your dick out.
No, not now! Those dumb goons, Gustav and Fyodor, they found us!
Here's the trailer, just like Bob said.
Yeah, but I don't think Johnny the Indian was dumb enough to hide the cash here.
I don't either, but we better check. Did you see that? Fresh footprints by the door.
Do you think they belong to that idiot and that bimbo?
They only belong to one person, and by the size of them, they must be his. Something tells me they're close by. They probably split up to try and find where Johnny stashed the dough. I bet they'll come back here, either together or alone.
What if they have the money?
Nah, I don't think so. Plus, finding them in this area won't be that easy. This is a huge desert. Let's do a full search of this trailer and wait for a while to see if they show up.
What if they don't?
Then we'll go out and look for them. And mark my words, we'll find them, whatever it takes. And when we do, they'll wish they'd never been born. Come
Okay. Nice coat, Dick Tracy. You go in the trailer and check it out.
Rotten killers. I've got to do something before those two find us. Hello, Sushi.
Hi, Brian. Do you have the nun's habit yet?
I have it, but now we've got new problems. Right when I was leaving the trailer, Gustav and Fyodor showed up. They're the Sandretti's henchmen. They almost saw me.
Wow. So they're hot on your trail then?
No, I'm afraid not. I guess they knew about Johnny's trailer and must have imagined that we would be looking for it too. From what I could hear them say, they plan on waiting in the trailer to see if we show up.
Well, that gives you some time to escape. You've got the habit. Now go get the money and drive away fast.
I don't know. Now I realize that Gina and I will never be safe. No matter where we go, they'll end up finding us.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think you're right. So, what can you guys do?
I don't know yet. The best thing would be to think of a way to get rid of them all forever. You're a smart woman, Sushi. Can't you come up with something?
Well, just like that? No. I'll ponder the topic. Maybe between the two of us, we can devise a solution. But there's one thing that concerns me even more. What if those killers decide to leave the trailer and reconnoiter the area? No doubt they'd quickly find Douglasville. And from what you've told me, they won't hesitate to increase the body count, and that'll help them find you. We're all in danger.
Yeah, you're right. We should do something about that.
As soon as possible.
I'll try to think of something. Then I'll tell you about it.
Me too. See you soon.
An old frayed a couple of pages from an old and an old and an after yes, a burst of steam blasted out.
Yes, I'm so fucking cool. It's a fucking starfish. It's a starfish doing in the train.
It It's a sheriff's badge. It must have flown out the smokestack like the Sulky did. Yeah, I can use that. It's not too worn out. No, I don't. And I wouldn't even. No, and I wouldn't. Oscar?
What's up, Brian?
Your life has a new mission. I've spoken to Mama Dorita about this, and she fully agrees.
Well, what is it?
Oscar, you've been named the new sheriff of Douglasville.
Wow.
Please raise your right hand so I can swear you in. Repeat after me. I promise.
He should have raised his left hand. It would have been funnier.
Necessary, the laws set down in the Constitution of this nation.
I promise to defend with my wife, if necessary, the laws down in that Constitution of this here nation.
And I swear I will do everything necessary to ensure that these laws are not violated and to pursue anyone who might attempt to break them.
And I swear I'll do things necessary to ensure them laws aren't violated and to pursue anyone who might attempt to break them.
Perfect. Oscar, I hereby officially name you Sheriff of Douglasville.
Dandy.
Sheriff Oscar, your first mission has already come in. Listen, you've got to go to...
Hey, what about my weapon?
What?
My sheriff's weapon. What kind of law enforcement official can I be without a weapon?
Yeah, you're right. Of course, your sheriff's weapon. Sorry, I forgot to bring that. I'll go get it.
Just club people
You wait
with your
here.
dick.
I'll be back faster than you can say sheriff. Yes, I know the rifle Sushi shot me with when I got to Douglasville has to be around here somewhere. I know she won't mind if I take it.
Now this is looking better. So you were saying? What is my first mission as sheriff?
Look, about 3 miles south of Douglasville, there's a couple of guys creating a ruckus and frightening the locals. You've got to stop them and lock them up in the Douglasville jail. But watch your step, partner. These guys are armed and dangerous.
Don't you worry, friend. In the penitentiary, they used to call me Terminator. I'm going after them.
Good luck. I'm sure you can do the job, Sheriff. Okay, the best thing to do would be to head for Douglasville and wait there until Oscar's completed his mission. From this window, I'll be able to see Oscar when he arrives. Here comes Gustav and Theodore's car. And Oscar is driving, so I guess everything went okay. Yes, he's pulling them out of the car, and he's tied them up hand and foot. What a tough dude! He's grabbed each of them by one arm and is dragging him into the jail. Whoa, he's so buff. I've got to tell Sushi. Sushi, good news!
Really? What is it?
Those cursed assassins are now locked away in the town jail.
But how did you manage that?
It was Oscar. I made him the town sheriff and gave him his first mission, to capture those 2 killers.
No way. You're unbelievable, Brian.
That big guy Oscar is unbelievable. By the way, I gave him your rifle so he could carry out his mission. You don't mind, do you?
No, that's okay. Plus, I won't be needing it anymore. Law and order have been brought back to town.
But seriously, this is all good, but it doesn't solve the real problem. Besides, we're not exactly the murdering types. And even if we were, all we'd achieve by eliminating Gustav and Theodore is for the Sandrettis to send more killers after us.
Yep, you're right. We've got to think of something to free us of the Sandrettis for good.
You said it. You know what? I think I'll go and congratulate Oscar and get the pleasure of seeing those 2 thugs behind bars. Are you coming?
No, not right now. You go, and I'll keep thinking of a plan.
All right. See you soon.
See you soon.
See you real soon.
Oscar, good work. You managed to catch those two bad guys.
Thanks, but I was just doing my job. Those two bandits thought they could beat me with a little gun and some knives.
Yeah, they were really fooling themselves. You locked them up in the cell, right?
Yeah, the things they were carrying are in a jail bag on the desk in the office.
Perfect, Oscar. You're a real professional.
Just doing my work. By the way, Brian, from now on, would you mind calling me Sheriff?
Of course not. It would be a pleasure, Sheriff.
Fucking retard, man. Forrest Gump sounding fat retard.
Hi, guys.
What's up, douche knockers?
You're the moron behind all this?
Not as much of a moron as you, it seems. This time you've met your match, one would say. Wouldn't you, boys?
You mean that orangutan? He caught us off guard.
He didn't look dangerous with that silly face.
I'd watch my mouth if I were you. If Oscar hears you, I accept no responsibility for his actions.
You're some smart aleck kid, but you're out of your league. Stop playing funny, boy. You're a dead man.
Yeah, deader than that corpse there behind you.
I don't think you should be threatening anyone at this point. You should be begging. And speaking of that guy back there, take a good look, because that's how you guys are gonna end up.
Oh, shit! That's right,
What a
bitches!
waste of
Welcome
time
to the
talking
ghetto!
Killers.
Keep your nose in your own business. We should have finished you
Okay.
off like we did
Examining the
with
stuff those two guys were carrying around may give us some ideas. The canvas is pretty worn out, but I don't think it'll tear.
I'm starving. Aren't you going to feed us?
Not getting shit, you fucking monkey ass.
Sushi.
Yes,
I brought you
Brian.
everything Gustav and Fyodor had on him. Maybe you can use it to investigate on the internet or something like that.
Okay, as soon as I have time, I'll take a look at it. Leave it on the table for me, please.
All right, it's all inside a jail bag.
Okay.
Sushi, sorry for disturbing you.
No problem.
Have you taken...
Yeah, but I bet all their papers are fake. I haven't found any information on their past on the internet. Although, well, there is one thing I discovered. Gustav is a total movie fan.
Movies? How do you know?
While looking through his wallet, I found a season ticket to the Film Archives of New York. Can you believe it? That animal is a cinema lover. I don't want to imagine what his favorite films are. You know, movies are what I miss most since moving here. In Boston, I used to go 2 or 3 times a week.
You like movies? Oh, I do too. I'm a major movie freak.
Oh, yeah? So tell me, who is your favorite director?
Woody Allen.
He's my favorite, too. I know it's hard to pick, since there are so many good ones, but which of his movies do you like best?
Manhattan Murder Mystery.
I love that one. Do you remember the scene where... Hey, wait a minute. I think I've got an idea to solve all this. Just let me think for a minute here. But it should work. Wait, let me organize everything, and then I'll explain.
But can't you tell me about your bright idea?
No, I'd rather make sure that we have everything we need first. Come back in an hour, okay?
Seems like it's been an hour to me.
Seems like it was like 3 seconds to me.
Well?
Let me explain. Remember how in Manhattan Murder Mystery they record the husband's voice in order to pretend that he makes a phone call later on?
Yeah, sure I remember.
My idea is to do something similar. We'll call the Sandrettis pretending to be one of the thugs. There's a cellular phone in Gustav and Theodore's face. I've looked through it, and there's a number memorized as bosses, which is undoubtedly the number they call to report to the Sandrettis. We use a more sophisticated system than in the movie. a voice emulation program I downloaded once from a website called The Way Secret and Fully Invincible.
What would we achieve by calling the Sandrettis and pretending to be the thugs?
We'll make them suspect that Gustav and Theodore are intending to keep the cash for themselves.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. How do we do it?
You have to record the thugs' voices so I can enter samples into the program. It'll analyze them and create a filter which we can use on any voice to make it sound like the voice of those killers.
Program is that good?
Guaranteed. Meanwhile, you have to record Gina saying something like, "You lying murderer, you killed him and now you want to keep the money." Gina is on our side, so we can just use her voice. We don't need to emulate it. Got it?
Yeah, but are you sure this is gonna work?
Of course I am. Don't you worry. Just do your part and leave the rest up to me. There's an MP3 recorder on the table. Go get it and record those voices, please.
All right, I will.
Okay, don't take too long.
It's small and incredibly light.
Good time to save for the end.
Give it a rest, One Eye.
Alright, let's use our recording thingamabob to get some voices here.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hi guys, how's it going?
What kind of game do you think you're playing, kid? Let us go now, and you might get out of this alive.
I'm starving. Aren't you going to feed us? Man, they give better treatment at Shawshank.
By this time, the Sandrettis must be asking themselves why we haven't called in for 2 hours. It won't take them long to send someone out looking for us. Get ready, you worm!
Hey, I think I'm ready to re-enter society. Why don't you let me out so I can integrate and start a new life? The first thing I plan to do is go massacre your whole family.
Why don't you shut your trap, you Russian retard?
Give it a rest, One Eye.
Come on, boys, don't argue. Cellmates are supposed to get along. Done. Now I have the voices of those two recorded.
You got called a Russian retard.
Hello, Mama Dorina?
Welcome to my little hacienda, Ryan. What can Mama Dorita do for you?
I'd like to see Gina.
Go ahead. You know where to find her.
Oh shit.
Tricked me, you hussy. Now you're gonna die.
Calm down. You were asleep. You must have been having a nightmare.
Yeah, it was horrible. Johnny was rising from his grave to kill me.
There.
Rise
It's all
from
over
your
now.
grave.
Good thing you got here and saved me from Johnny. You don't look so angry with me anymore.
Well, let's drop that. Listen, come up with a plan for us to keep the money and get rid of the Sandrettis forever. I need to record you saying, "You awful killer! You killed him and now you want to keep the money for yourselves!"
But what for? Explain it to me.
There's no time, Gina. Just
Jesus,
trust me.
bitch, just
Come
do
on.
it.
Let's rehearse once before recording. Let me remind you of the sentence. "You awful killer! You killed him and now you want to keep the money for yourselves!"
You awful lying killer. You killed him and now you want to keep the money for yourselves.
That was pretty bad, Gina. When you lied to me, you did a much better job. Come on, try again.
You lying killer. You killed him, and now you want to keep the money for yourselves.
Better, but it still doesn't sound real. Try it once more.
You lying killer. You killed him, and now you want to keep the money for yourselves.
Well, it's no Oscar performance, but it'll do. Wait for me to start recording, and say it again.
You lying killer. You killed him, and now you want to keep the money for yourselves.
Okay, I'm leaving. There's no time to lose. Get ready. I'll come back for you shortly, and we'll go find the money.
Aren't you going to tell me your plans?
Later, I promise. Right now, I have to leave.
All right, but don't take long, please.
No, don't worry. See you soon.
See you.
Now it's all recorded. I should take the recorder to Sushi ASAP so she can implement the plan.
And that wraps it up for this game. This is the final thing you must do.
Hey, Sushi.
Hi. Did you get the recordings?
Yes, I have it all.
Excellent. Leave the recorder on the desk and give me an hour to organize everything.
Whatever you say. See you in an hour.
Bye.
Seems like it's been an hour to me. All set?
All set. Look at this.
Brian, you're a bag of pond scum.
How does it sound?
Wonderful, Sushi. And you said I was unbelievable. You're the amazing one.
Well, it's no big deal. I ended up using Gustav's voice because he seemed like the thug leading the show. We'll make the call using my computer. But the computer has a system that will make them think they're receiving the call from Gustav and Theodore's cell phone. I've also prepared the sample of Gina with a few touch-ups, including gunshot sound effects I added in. Let's go. I hope everything turns out okay.
I'm sure it will, Sushi. I trust you.
It's about time. What the heck is up?
We nabbed him.
Well, have you gotten the information out of him?
It's what we suspected, boss. Johnny told that floozy where the money was hidden before we did away with him.
I knew it. So, what about the cash? Do you have it back?
Bad news, Chief. The money's history.
What? What do you mean it's history?
Let me explain, boss. When we got here and found that bimbo and her little friend, we decided to follow them without them seeing us. You know, to see if they'd lead us to the cash.
And?
And it worked, boss. We followed them to an old abandoned mine. And apparently that's where Johnny hid the booty after the heist. We caught him by surprise exiting the mine with 2 huge trunks. But this stupid mule Theodore jumped the gun, as usual, and shot too soon.
You useless, incompetent donkey!
Theodore missed and they ran back into the mine. We chased after him and trapped him at the end of the mine shaft full of boxes. Boxes of dynamite, that is. I screamed at Theodore, "Don't shoot!" But that dimwit of a Russian had already fired a gunload of bullets. The whole place turned into an inferno in 1 second. We ran out and escaped from the mine by an inch.
Stupid morons.
The whole mine blew to bits with the floozy and that idiot inside. And the money, unfortunately. I'm sorry, boss. The way we left that place, there was no way to get the money out, and...
You lying killer. You killed him, and now you want to keep the money for yourself.
What was that? Gustav, you filthy rat! That was the girl who was screaming! Gustav! Gustav! You won't steal a cent from me!
Perfect. The seed has been sown.
Cool. Oh, and
Set that bitch up.
An idiot.
I'm sorry, but it has to be credible.
It doesn't matter. This came off great.
It sure did. Excuse my lack of modesty, but I did a wonderful job here. And you don't even know about the icing on the cake yet.
What icing?
Listen, and try not to fall to the floor and kiss my feet. I hacked into a Swiss bank and created an account under Gustav and Theodore's names with a balance of $20 million. I printed up a receipt from the account and stuck it into Gustav's wallet. It's hidden well enough that he won't find it before the right time. Tomorrow, I'll instruct Oscar to take the killers out of the jail, blindfold them, and take them far away from here. I'll tell him to abandon them on some remote highway, but to make sure he gives them their stuff back first. Either I'm way off here, or the Sandrettis will soon find them. I wouldn't want to be in their skin when the Sandrettis find the receipt from the Swiss bank.
Simply brilliant, Sushi! You never cease to amaze me. The only thing is, I'll have to lend Oscar the thug's car. I thought I'd use it myself to pick up Gina and go straight to the Mojave Bank before having a panic attack, but...
Oh, take it. It doesn't matter. Oscar can just take one of my Hummers tomorrow.
One of your Hummers?
Yeah, I have 3 in the barn, so that's all worked out. Anyway, let me tell you something. I hate goodbyes. I always end up in tears. So I'd rather just stay here by my computer instead of watching you leave, okay?
Thanks for everything, Sushi. I'll never forget you.
Goodbye, Brian. Please come back someday. And send me some email. My address is sushidouglas@hotmail.com.
Of course I'll write to you, Sushi. So long.
Farewell.
Sheriff, I've got a mosey. I've got an urgent mission elsewhere. I'm taking the prisoner's car, all right?
Sure. The keys are in the ignition.
About those 2 guys in there, just follow Sushi Douglas's orders. She's the mayor of Douglasville.
I'll do that.
See you soon, Oscar.
Adios, amigo.
Goodbye, Brian.
We'll miss you.
He was gay, wasn't he, man? What?
It's amazing how Sushi helped me put all the pieces together, isn't it? She's an amazing girl. I picked up Gina at Mama Dorita's house. Her leg had almost totally healed, so we headed for the Mojave Bank. We got there at dusk. That wouldn't be a problem. Sushi made sure it was the kind of bank where customers can do transactions at any time of day. We were pretty scared, but it turned out getting the money was simpler than we expected.
Pretty serious bank. No one will be robbing that one. Not with a car, anyways. What will be in the deposit box? Will it really be the money?
Can you believe it? There I was, driving a car stolen from a bunch of murderers with a beautiful woman at my side and $20 million in the trunk. Las Vegas was close by, so we headed that way. We ditched the car and checked into a luxury hotel. Throwing caution to the wind, Gina insisted we get the best room in the hotel. The honeymoon suite. Obviously for newlyweds. So, we signed in under bogus names, pretending we just got hitched. Let me tell you guys, that sure made up for the bad days I've had. Gina and I, well, let's just say we had time to get more up close and personal.
He smashed it!
One morning when we went down to breakfast, we read in the newspaper that 2 guys' bodies had shown up, riddled with bullets in a New York alley. Their description left no room for doubt. It was definitely Gustav and Fyodor. They didn't give any further information in the paper, but I can imagine what went down.
Stop lying, you leeches. Where's the money?
I swear we don't have it, Don Roberto. That tramp's little friend is smarter than we thought. He framed us.
So what about that telephone call?
I never made that call, Don Roberto.
You filthy mutt. Do you think I can't recognize your scratchy, betraying voice, you cellar rat?
We aren't lying, Don Carlo. We would never betray you guys. Roberto, perhaps they aren't deceiving us. Gustav and Fyodor are our best men, and they've always been loyal.
I know, Carlo. I know. But unfortunately, loyalty comes at a hefty premium these days. And I guess losing it for $20 million isn't a bad deal. So, let's see if your faithful boys have an explanation for this. It was tucked away very nicely in Gustav's wallet.
Hey, you scumbags. Hey, nobody laughs at Carlos Andretti to his face. No, Don Carlo, don't do it.
Hey! Damn it, Carlo. If they're dead, we'll never get back the money.
I don't care. We got more than enough dough. The most important thing is that nobody else will be enjoying our money.
That's what you think.
Everything turned out all right after all. And frankly, I felt no remorse for those 2 killers. I was just sorry the Sandrettis didn't get what they deserved, too. Anyway, even though it was unlikely that the Sandrettis would follow up on the matter, it was safer for Gina to take a long vacation where nobody'd recognize her. The Cayman Islands seemed like the perfect place. Gina insisted I go with her, but well, look, I just couldn't. I'd worked so hard to earn my chance to study at Berkeley. I couldn't just throw it all away.
What? Bitch, you got $20 million? You ain't gonna study? One thing you need to be studying is them titties!
We made it. Brian, are you sure you don't want to come with me?
No, Gina. I worked really hard to be able to come here, and I can't just let it all go by the wayside.
Whatever you want. I'm gonna miss you.
I'll miss you, too. But it's for the best. This is where I belong.
You could always take a year off and then...
That wouldn't work. Be happy, Gina. See you soon.
I'd be happier with stubborn old you. Goodbye.
I hope I got my 10 mil.
Why do I feel like a total idiot?
Because you are.
What did you forget now?
Well, something tells me you're dying to come with me. Am I right?
Maybe, but what about you?
What about me?
Are you dying for me to go with you?
Of course. You know that's silly.
Well, now that I think about it, Berkeley's been here for over 100 years, so I guess it can wait.
Data boy!
More.
That's a big bridge. Alright folks, that's it. Wraps it up for yet another GameHorder production. Stay tuned for Runaway, the dream of the turtle. Followed by A Twist of Fate. Followed by the next big thing. Followed by Yesterday. I'm going to be doing all 5 of the Pendulo Studio games that I own. 'Cause they're pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. Runaway theme song by Liquor. Okay. Maybe that's the name. Voice Vera Dominguez. Interesting name for a band, Liquor. Good old Bink Video.
Surprised, aren't you? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Ryan's the kind of geek who'd rather be studying at Berkeley than to party with a hot girl. Well, I admit I almost did. But at the last minute, I heard a little voice say something I heard in a movie a long time ago. In the film, the main character reaches the conclusion that there are times in life when you have to know when to say... What the heck?
Booyah!
Hey, darling, can you rub some lotion on my back?
Of course, dear. I'll be right with you. Well, friends, now I must bid you farewell. As you can see, duty calls. I hope I haven't bored you too much with this little adventure story. So, I'll be seeing you real soon, okay?
Ryan, are you coming?
Yep.
I'm
So,
fixing
like
to
I
be
said,
coming.
See you soon.
All over the place. Love the calypso music.